Hey friends, this is the Acer Nitro 5 gaming laptop. It's pretty darn good. It comes in at $1,700 at full retail with a Ryzen 7 5800H CPU and an RTX 3080 GPU with 8 gigs of GDR something or other RAM, and it's 85 watt TDP. So it's not going to be the most it's not getting a ton of power, right? So when you think about TDP, that's the amount of power that's being allocated to the GPU. Some other gaming laptops in this class, they're going to be pushing 115 plus. But so 85 is it's good. It's not going to be super duper powerful, but it has capability because it is a 3070. So you have to sort of balance all of this, and that's important when it comes to price. $1,700, that's not bad, and you're going to be able to get it on sale with discounts. I mean, right now it's down to $1,600. That's a modest discount. Black Friday's coming up. You're going to see more and more discounts on this thing. I wouldn't be surprised if you can nab it for $1,450 or $1,500 before the end of the year. It's a well-designed machine. There are a lot of really solid components here. There's pretty good distribution of I/O, and overall, it's a solid package. So let's talk about that package. We'll do a little tour of the laptop. We'll talk keyboard, trackpad, windows, and performance. So first of all, you have a height of 0.94 inches. So it's going to be thicker than, say, like a Razer Blade 15, but a Razer Blade 15 is going to be more expensive. It has a width of 14.3 inches and a depth of 10 inches. It does weigh 5 pounds, but one of the cool things is the included charger is actually not too big. Many chargers will be much bigger than this, but part of that is because it doesn't require as much power. So there's that 180 watt power supply versus like a 215 or a 265 or 235 or 265 that you see in other laptops. All right, it is rated for 10 hours of battery life, but yeah, that didn't happen. So here we go. It's plastic, fingerprinty. That's a thing. All right, don't pretend like I didn't tell you that in advance. Full-size Ethernet and 2 USB-A ports on the left side. On the right side, we have a full-size HDMI, a USB-A port, and a USB-C port. It's not Thunderbolt. We have some intakes on both sides, and then we have exhaust on the back. I love the design of the back here. My only wish is that this were a deeper red. I think if it were a red closer to the red here in the coloring where it says Nitro, that would be really cool, but it is what it is. This is where you plug in your power. It is a standard round power, barrel cable thing. And this is going to be hot, so you don't want to put your fingers here. In fact, Acer is kind enough to warn you. Little warning signs here. It's hot. Don't touch it. So we don't need a thermal camera. Save myself $300-400. All right, ABS plastic on the bottom, reminiscent of old school gaming laptops. But hey, it's part of the deal, right? You're going to get a good price on a capable gaming laptop. You're going to get plastic. I'm a big fan of this keyboard, and I can't overemphasize that enough. I think it just feels really good. It's quiet. You can easily type on this all day and not, upset your neighbor in your cubicle, or maybe you're in your home office with your wife or your husband or something. That's pretty solid. I'm clacking away at it. Acer highlights WASD and the brightness and volume buttons, which is helpful. They also emphasize the Nitro key. This is a zoned lighting keyboard, which you can adjust the lighting of it in the Nitro software, but it is not per key, so just be aware of that. I love the spacing here, not just of the keyboard, but I also love the spacing of the function key row. Recently I've been playing Diablo 2 Remastered, regrets, but one thing that I forgot is that in the old school Diablo games, you had to map your skills. If you're playing with mouse and keyboard, you have the option of playing the controller now, but I'll digress. The function key rows, you have to map to your skills, and then you gotta constantly hit the function key row that you want. You can change that to regular keys, but anyhow, the default was function row, so I started going that way. And it's a little bit annoying on most keyboards, right? They just go boom, 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 boom. But now they're grouped, right? This is a great keyboard for Diablo 2 if you want to play it the old school way. You can kind of separate them. These can be like your fire skills and then your ice skills, right? You get it? That's not why they did it, but it's there. Okay. The trackpad is fine. It's surprisingly better than most trackpads, but it's not gonna rock your world, and you're gonna be using a mouse most of the time anyway, I would imagine. Thankfully, there are 3 USB-A ports, so you have that capability. Okay, so now let's talk about Windows and what we have in here. And I apologize for my lighting situation. Let me just see if this makes a good difference or not. Yeah, that's better, I hope. Okay, sorry guys, I can't afford fancy cameras. So here's what we've got. This is the NitroSense software, and it looks like I can't make it any larger, but yeah, it's good. You can see the fan speeds, you can make adjustments there, you can change it from auto to max to a custom profile. You can make adjustments to the battery as well, but then you hit this keyboard button, and this is where you can adjust the lighting. You get 4 zones, the number pad is a zone, and then you just chop up the keyboard area into 3, and there you go. And you can adjust the lighting. So if you want this to be on or off, and then you can change the color from one to another. Now, I'm not much of a fan of zoned colors. I'm really not much a fan of any colors, but hey, some people are, and it's there if you want it. All right, so I go like that, and now it's on, and then I can, there we go. Very easy to use. Actually looks kind of cool. I think I've changed my mind. I'm a lighting guy now. So anyhow, very good. Now this display is 165 Hertz Quad HD with a 3 millisecond response. Now if you're not aware of this, Acer as a manufacturer, they also make monitors. They make very good monitors. They're going to have your entry-level monitors, your budget monitors, but they also make very nice monitors that are pretty affordable. In fact, I did a review on a 24-inch IPS display probably 2 years ago. It's my most watched video, so I'm very, very proud of that. But to this day, I use that monitor. It's very good. So, you know, hey, keep that in mind. Displays are something that Acer rocks at, and no surprise, this is a good display. Now, it's bezel city, and it's, you know, an aggressive sort of gamer design. That doesn't bother me. There is an integrated webcam, no Windows Hello, but you get pretty decent microphones out of it. So I was surprised by that. And the next thing we have to do is talk about games. So I'm going to switch over and show you some gameplay now. Alright folks, first up we have Hunt the Showdown running in Quad HD resolution. The preset has been set to high. There is no ray tracing, VSync is off, and max FPS are set to 144. My next greatest option is 180, so I'm actually going to turn that on since this is a 165 Hz refresh display, but we're not going to reach that. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. No real like bad guys or anything to worry about at the moment. This is just a training mission. I'm terrible at this game, so I don't want to play for reals. And you got some reflections. You have a lot of, you know, leaves and trees and stuff. They're slightly blowing in the wind. And yeah, it's fast movement. I'll read out the FPS as we go along. Right now we're at 70, but it's hovering mostly around 67 to 68. Now as I get into the water and make that kick up, now we're at 74. Now looking at the sky, jumping around, we hit 106. Back down, we drop to the 70s again. Let me fire a couple shots off. Okay, 59. Shots in the sky, 85, 92, 87. Okay. Here's some fire. 71. Uh-oh. Holy crap. Oh, this is pretty sweet. Oh my gosh, reload. Reload! Is there another weapon anywhere? There's a handgun. Alright, I don't know where the FPS were because I was pretty focused on that. But, yeah, let's take a look at another game. Alright folks, we are looking at Resident Evil Village. I have the presets set to optimize around RTX, or ray tracing rather. So we're getting about 70 frames per second at the moment. Let me fire up a weapon. This is near the end of the game, so I'm just going to do some random stuff instead of, you know, giving away spoilers. I just palm pressed that on accident. So the whole time we are at about 70 frames per second. Again, this is with Quad HD resolution settings, and I'm optimizing for ray tracing. The game is gorgeous. It looks really good. I'm not seeing any real ray tracing elements at the moment. Maybe if there's some water down here we can check it out. But I guess the key is this is definitely playable on this machine at Quad HD settings. You can take advantage of the display resolution and take advantage of the display quality with those 165 Hz max. And earlier I was playing around before I turned the ray tracing on, and I had things set to a combination of high and medium, and I was getting 125 frames per second. So if you want to maximize that 165, you can get pretty darn close. So if you're playing a game like Counter-Strike, or what's this? Ooh, explosive rounds. Or if you're playing a game like Fortnite where you really need those additional frames, I think you're going to be fine on this laptop. So the key takeaways from this machine are you get really good performance at a reasonable price. And, you know, the only difference is you're going to be sacrificing a few things. Not made out of aluminum, so it's not a premium build, and you're not going to have like the quietest experience either. The fans are roaring right now. If I had to guess, I'd say they're about 62 to 65 decibels. It's a little, I don't have my sensor working right now. I have to get a new one. But anyhow, those are kind of some of the sacrifices that you make. But what you're getting is great value, an awesome keyboard, and a good display. Acer makes wonderful displays in general, and a lot of ports. Good design overall. So yeah, I hope you found this whole thing helpful. Let me know, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.